Hey everyone, what's happening? So the Liverpool home kit for 24-25 has dropped, and here it is. It's in a pizza box. Shall we unbox it? Shall we see what's inside? Shall we have a closer look at the brand new Nike Liverpool home shirt? Yeah, let's do it. So here we are. Yes, the home shirt. It's got that Italian vibe. They've gone for something. They've obviously gone for the whole Rome vibe. Liverpool once again harking back to the pinstripes of the 80s. And I've got no problem with that, by the way, because we've got a pretty good track record of harping back to the pinstripe kits. We tend to have quite a good season whenever we've got pinstripe home kits, least of all when Liverpool ended the 30-year wait and won the Premier League title, of course. A little bit different, and I'll be honest, obviously leaked imagery of this has been floating around the internet now for months, and there were two things that I was really worried about in the design. One was in the leaked images, there was a big old shield badge behind the badge which looked overworked. That isn't here, it isn't present on the final shirt, which I think is a blessed relief. And the other one actually is that it's not technically pinstripes, it actually says YNWA. Now, I was a big Magic Eye fan in the late 90s and probably early 2000s, so I'm normally quite good with these things. But I was worried again that it was going to be a bit too much, a bit too on top, but actually it's well more subtle than I thought it would be, so no, I'm actually reasonably pleased with that. The couple of the standouts, is the one that I've seen mentioned most so far, is the collar, and I'll admit the collar is odd, but we've got a bit of a track record of weird collars with Nike so far. Been a couple of good ones, but a couple of weird ones, and this looks like more like a weird one, in that we've had plenty of examples of shirts. So Liverpool's shirts in 91, 92, 93, 94 had this similar sort of shape to them, but actually they would meet in the middle, whereas this one's got a gap here. So as much as it's got that sort of Rome shirt, mid-80s thing going for it with the stripe, which again we've seen Liverpool use in other iterations of the home shirt, having this gap is a bit different. It looks from a distance like it's a pop-upable collar, if you will, but it's not. It's actually a stretchy. Oh no, wait there. No, oh no, I tell a lie. I've not looked at this enough. Look at this. It is pop-upable. But why? Why? I'm going to test that in more detail in a moment. Wow, that's weird. Okay, fine. Stitched on LFC badge, stitched on Nike badge. This is just the standard edition. This is the £80 version. So, I mean, that's by all accounts considered to be the normal version, which is wild when you think about it. It means that the Play Edition one will be more expensive than that. What you normally find in the Play Edition ones is that there's more detail in the material and the stitching. In fact, what I'll do is I'll bring in last season's / this season's home shirt for a bit of a comparison. Now, this is the Play Edition one, and there's well more going on. It was just a basic, almost a plain shirt with the standard. Is it the Stadium Edition of the Play? I get confused on them. The point is that, yeah, my concern on that one is that if you added a more complex texture pattern to the material, that would start to look really, really busy. But one thing actually it's worth noting, because I do this every year, is a colour comparison, because one thing that doesn't often come across in the photos, because they don't put them side by side, is the colour of red. Once again, we're staying with quite a dark tone. It's a flatter tone. Red this time around than last year. It's a little bit more maroony. It reminds me of the Spain home shirt that they won the Euros in 2008 a little bit, which was another red and yellow pinstripe shirt, to be honest. So I think the colour's good. I like the fact that they're staying with a more muted tone of red. I feel like that's the kind of future. I don't know. It always feels more generally outdoor wearable, and not just a football shirt when you go with that darker sort of colour. But yeah, they've stuck with the white shoulder sleeve sponsor. The one thing that is a bit odd on this one, which might have been a better call, was that the collar motif isn't followed up on the shoulder, on the edges of the shoulders as well, or the sleeves. So that's a bit of a strange call, but actually it's not as noticeable because it's not as noticeable. But when you think about it, it is a little bit mad that they've not kind of matched that up anyway. Obviously all the usual bits and pieces which you've seen already, and the 97 and the Eternal Flames persist on the side. The stripe and YNWA motif continues throughout the whole, and the one thing that you can sort of see from the player photos is that side bit as well. That reminds me of the Istanbul shirt, as one of those as well, but it's actually, I always feel that's a very Nike touch, is to have stuff under the sleeves, but yeah, a little yellow and white pattern underneath there. Now the big question, the one I'm sure you're all dying to know the answer to, is what does it look like on me and how does it feel? Let's find out. Like this. Yeah, I'll be honest, I forgot to put a microphone on there, so if that looked like a weird, ineffective hard cut, that was my fault, not Joe's fault. That could do with an iron. Let's get that away. So look, what do you think? Let me know. Be honest. Be brutally honest. No, don't. Do not be brutally honest. Anyone who's brutally mean is getting banned from the channel, so don't do it. Don't get yourself turned off from the comments. You know what? Quite like it. Quite like the tone. Quite like the general thing. It doesn't feel too much. The big thing is, now I love a collar on a football shirt. It has been my biggest bone of contention over the years when they do weird ones. That first home shirt where it had the crossover bit and then it was repeated in the back did my head in. Last year's was okay with the round one, that's absolutely fine. This looks, I think, looks from a distance fine, but what are you doing? Why are these attached? Look, yes, I am one of those bellends who would put his collar up. And look, am I too old or whatever? Yes, I'm too old for football shirts, maybe. Not that it's going to stop me, but like, what is that? What is that? I guarantee, I'm going to make you a bet for the new season. Harvey Elliott cuts them. Yeah, guaranteed. Because we've seen footballers do this. The collar on the 2007 home shirt was dead floppy and horrible, even though it could have been expertly poppable. And players like Craig Bellamy just cut it out so they had a round neck shirt. We haven't seen that kind of thing happen in a while, but I think there's going to be a Liverpool player who just does two little snips there, and it will look weird. And that, for me, is... Again, when it's flat and in focus, I don't think it looks too bad. If you don't think too much about what it's trying to be. And again, I was so fooled, but I just presumed it was a built-in flat collar. And like I mentioned, like the early 90s ones, it's not, it's half that. And then half, again, what? Anyway, I digress. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I like pinstripes on Liverpool shirts, I do. I think they're classic. I like Liverpool bringing yellow into the kit. I think that's pretty cool as well. I really liked, I thought last year's home shirt was this year's home shirt was the best home shirt that Nike had produced for us. I don't know where I sit on this. I've got an overriding sense that whenever you put pinstripes on a Liverpool kit, they challenge for league titles, which is great. But I was a little concerned that it was a little overworked, and when you have mad overworked shirts, that feels like too much effort. I don't know. But generally speaking, I think this is my second. If they'd not had that weird collar in the first season, that would have been my favourite. Then it was superseded by this current season one, this one. I think this is somewhere in between. I don't think it's quite as good as this, but I do generally like it. What do you think? Should these have been white? Should this have been yellow? We've made this mistake on kits before. Lots of different manufacturers have done that as well for us. What do you think? Rate it out of 10 for me in the comments underneath, and rank the home shirt that Nike have produced for Liverpool as well since they've come in. Which is your favourite? Which is your least favourite? Let me know. Look, if you're going to buy this shirt, if I've done enough to win you over on it, then do, if you would be so kind, consider using our link in the description underneath. We're affiliates, which means we get a little kickback when people buy shirts. It's just a thing, and it helps fund the channel and helps things moving forward. So yes, that would be excellent if you want to do that. If it's something that you're into, then do it through us and it helps us. If you don't like us and you don't like the shirt, then I'm not talking to you. You've probably gone already. But yeah, anyway, the link will be in the description. And yeah, do interact with me in the comments. Drop a like on this one. And do you think this is the type of kit you can see a Liverpool player lifting a major piece of silverware in next season? And if so, which one? Comment below. Nice one. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the content today. If you want to get your name in and amongst these wonderful people, then head to redmenplus.com. Join as a Legend tier subscriber. You're going to get free merchandise codes. You're going to get in our Discord, and you're going to get your name at the end of YouTube videos. Yes, redmenplus.com, Legend tier status.